Whether you like Tesla or not, you can't disagree with the fact that it's changing the automobile industry dramatically. Before Tesla, people would associate electric cars with toy cars or golf carts, but not real cars. Well, that's over now, thanks to Elon Musk's strategy and Tesla's execution. Mostly everyone heard about Tesla. The awareness around the world is very high, and every manufacturer is now serious about producing electric vehicles. So what makes Tesla so different from other more traditional car makers like Ford, BMW or Toyota? In this video, I'll only focus on Tesla's car business and everything related to it, but not on their battery and solar roof business. Well, first of all, the value propositions are obvious. You can pretty much list here everything what makes Tesla cars amazing. So, these are premium electric cars. You can even call them luxury, although this is not the term that fits best, and I'll explain later why. So these are high-quality, environment-friendly cars. And as of today, as I'm recording this video, there is still no equivalent to that value proposition from any other traditional manufacturer. The design of the cars is outstanding, which was and still is a big problem of other manufacturers who produce ugly electric cars. Sorry BMW, even though the i3 is not that ugly, it's still nothing comparable to the beauty of the Model S or the Model 3. The range of Tesla's electric batteries is also impressive compared to most other electric cars, and this is obviously a key point. Then, of course, there's the autopilot feature, the incredibly fast acceleration, and the supercharger network, which is extremely important. You can cross the United States or Europe while never worrying about your battery range. So the technology behind a Tesla is innovative when it comes to the car industry. Some people which are more conservative still think that a real car has to use fossil fuels, that it has to burn them inside, that there must be liquids flowing everywhere, the engine must roar, smell and shake. Personally, I think that's equivalent to saying that real trains are steam locomotives. Yeah, screw you, Fuxing, and your smooth and slick 350 km per hour. Anyways, Tesla represents the new automobile technology and makes internal combustion engines look old-fashioned. And that brings me to the new type of customers that Tesla created. So Tesla's customers are both status-oriented and environment-friendly people. And what also differentiates them from traditional luxury car customers is that Tesla's customers are younger on average. Of course, they are mainly rich, earning more than $100,000 per year, but that's probably going to change once Tesla will release the Model 3 on a grand scale and allow more middle-class people to purchase it. That was Elon Musk's plan since the beginning. Start with selling expensive cars to attract rich customers and use that money to create affordable mass-market electric cars. Now let's talk about the channels, and this is extremely important. So traditional manufacturers mainly sell their cars through third-party dealers who take their commissions, but Tesla is categorically refusing to do so. Tesla showcases and sells their cars only in their own stores. It allows for two things. First of all, Tesla completely controls its brand image because you can't fully trust the middleman. And second, Tesla established its showrooms in surprising locations in order to raise awareness about itself and how it works. So for example, you can often find a Tesla store in big shopping malls, where you absolutely never expect to find a car store. So you're curious, you go visit, you talk about Tesla with the vendors, and you learn a lot about it. This is an extremely important part of Tesla's strategy, as they talk to hundreds of thousands of people per year. Even if these people are not ready to buy a Tesla just yet, the goal is to raise their awareness so that maybe they will buy one in the next 10 years when they can afford to do so. That's also why it's very easy to get a Tesla test drive. You don't need to justify anything. You can just ask for it and they will do it with pleasure.
Ready?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
The more people convinced by Tesla, the better. And of course, the other critical part of Tesla business model success lies in its internal operations side, mainly the key activities. For example, in order to reduce battery costs, Tesla is building giant battery factories, which allow for economies of scale. Also, they are streamlining as much of the production as possible. The basis of all their cars is almost the same as demonstrated by this so-called skateboard chassis, which you can see in their stores. Just like the interior, which is very simplistic and relies on the main central hub, which is this touchscreen. Streamlining most of the processes allows Tesla to reduce costs and increase production capacity, which is actually their biggest concern. So they don't have sales problems, they have delivery problems. They are just not able to produce enough cars on time, and that's a big issue that they constantly strive to solve. Also, that's related to why I previously said that Tesla weren't really typical luxury cars. Since they reduce costs a lot, there are still too many quality problems by luxury standards, which have mainly to do with design and materials used in the interior. Many luxury people expect the interior to have the best materials, although in Tesla they are very simplistic, too simplistic for some. So then, just to complete, their costs are obviously extremely complex and have everything to do with car manufacturing, right? So I'll not list them here. There are just way too many things. The revenue streams are, well, car sales. And personally, I think that one day they will allow other electric vehicles to charge at their supercharging stations and earn money this way, just like gas stations do. So that's infrastructure, real estate, and it's another branch of their business, but which was critical to kick off their car sales so customers wouldn't worry about charging or slow charging. And of course, as I said in the beginning, I'm not counting here their battery business and their solar roof business. So, generally speaking, Tesla is an extremely innovative company in many ways, and they must be. They are a new car company that's growing fast and creating a new market, so they must innovate in order to sell more and reduce their costs. Now, the question is, will Tesla survive once the other car manufacturers decide to produce more and more of their own electric cars? Because make no mistake, it's not actually that complicated for Mercedes or BMW to start mass producing their own electric cars. They just don't focus too much on it yet because the traditional car market, non-electric, is so huge that electric car sales represent only a tiny fraction of it. Once this market will grow enough for them, thanks to Tesla mainly, then they will start to compete seriously. Most of them are aiming at serious electric vehicle production around 2020. And then the question will be back to the quality of the product and, most of all, the brand. Which one do you prefer and which one will you support? You probably guessed mine. I'll stick with Tesla. Let's not forget who brought this innovation to the world in the first place, who launched the trend, who started the eco-friendly car revolution. That's Tesla. The others will merely follow this trend once it's established and profitable for them. But they didn't care about taking any such risks and making our world cleaner before that. Sorry, but I couldn't resist squeezing my personal opinion. If you want to know more about the innovation strategies of many different companies, make sure to check out my Udemy course about innovation, titled Business Model Innovation, Differentiate and Grow Your Company. It's well rated and a bestseller innovation course on Udemy. The link is in the description. Hope to see you inside. And don't forget to share and like this video. Thanks a lot.